Hey everybody, this is Gradigy and doing another HeroClix review. Sorry it's been about a week since I put up the last one. It seems like every day I just get a little busier and a little busier, something more gets thrown on my plate. But this week is going to be a Wrecking Crew review. Got Thunderball, Bulldozer, Pile Driver, and the Wrecker himself. Just a little tidbit about him. Even though he says he's got the Serpent Society team ability, that's actually wrong. He's been eroded, and he actually has Masters of Evil just like the rest of them. Focus, camera. There we go. Had to slap it. He's also from, this is the Thunderball from Armor Wars, the Bulldozer from Supernova, the Pile Driver from Avengers, and the Wrecker from Mutations and Monsters. They are a little bit of a pricey set of figs. The cheapest one is Bulldozer, and honestly, he's probably about the only one that's worth that point cost. Starting out with 10 movement, 10 attack, and 3 damage with charge is pretty nice. There we go. 17 defense with invuln is kind of nice. He does lose his charge on his second click, but he does get close combat expert, so hopefully you're already in there at that point so you can throw 4 damage. Then his defense kind of goes down and his movement does too, but after that he really starts laying on the pain. If you can hit with that 8, he'll be doing 6 damage potentially on a charge for 8. So he just kind of sputters out. On that last click you can't really tell, but that's impervious there. So 13 defense with impervious can, give him a little bit of extra survivability to let him get back to a medic or something. Definitely pushable. Like I said, he doesn't sputter out too badly. He does get a little bit of a jump right there at the end with that 10 movement and charge. So definitely would. Yeah, never mind. I was going to suggest Unstoppable, but he doesn't have enough super strength for that, because he has Quake, which is retarded. I do not enjoy Quake. I've never really used it, actually. Thunderball is actually one of the more useful ones. Pretty much the same as old Bulldozer here, starting out. 8 movement with charge, 10 attack with super strength, 3 damage with exploit weakness. Kind of hard to tell with my light. I got a new soft light. It's kind of reflecting bad on the paper. 17 defense with invuln. He's got 6 range. He just kind of, like any fig, he kind of sputters out. That's Force Blast up there now. I think he had it on the click before too, yeah. Still has 3 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage, Quake, Toughness, Quake, KO. What is cool about this is that's exploit. Or not exploit weakness, that's perplex on his damage there. So he has 2 clicks of exploit weakness, and then he gets perplex for 3? Yeah, 3 clicks. So that's kind of nice. A little feat that I like to throw on him, it's called Skullduggery. After you make your attack, you roll the 2d6, and on 9 through 12, you can put an extra action token on them if they don't have one already. I believe that's how it works. But it's really nice. I mean, you have a chance to put an extra action token on them, so that, could stop them from attacking, or if they do attack, it pushes them, or, they get one less action overall. So that's pretty nice. He's 140 points. Him and Pile Driver both are. Pile Driver, for 140 points, he's not quite as good as I would like, because he's got 1 click of charge with 10 attack and 4 damage, 17 defense, and then he just kind of drops pretty hard. I'm pretty sure he has a spike at the end, though. There's 2 damage with close combat expert, 9, 10 damage with, or 10 attack, 10 damage, that'd be awesome. 10 attack with close combat expert on 1 damage, so it's not awful, but, I mean, even at the end, he's only pushing 3 damage, so he's just barely breaking invuln or impervious figures. Which, I'll admit, he can do potentially on every click, which is nice. Because if he's not got 3 or more damage, he's got exploit weakness or close combat expert, putting him up past that 2 damage mark. Of course, he also has the Masters of Evil, so you can push them all day. Swing, swing, swing. If you noticed, he had the a white box, and what that white box does is he can do he can use flurry, and if he successfully hits 2 different targets, it does an extra damage to each. So, you know, if he's actually dealing 3 damage and you smack 2 people, he's actually dealing 5 that you can split up between the. Or that's pretty good then. I didn't realize how good that was until just now. So that means on those 2 damage with exploit weakness clicks, he's actually doing 4 damage to each of those figs. That's pretty good. That's definitely worth the 140 points. See, that's why I like doing these videos, because it lets me see what's good. Now him, I would probably put Unstoppable on. He's only got 3 clicks of super strength, so maybe not. But this next one, I definitely would, because he's a thick. He's just a nice fig overall. He's 230 points though, which is about the only bad thing about him. He's totally pushable, so Masters of Evil away, guys. His movement's a little low. For his point cost, 6, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, dead. But I mean his attack values only dip to an 8 twice. And when they do, well, the first time it happens, which is right there, he's got Impervious with 17 defense and exploit weakness. So if someone's going to hit him, they're going to have to work for it. And then the very next click, his attack goes back up to 9 with super strength and exploit weakness, and he has an 18 defense with Impervious. So at no point does he get anything less than invulnerability. So he's just a tank. If he weren't 230 points, I would suggest Fortitude on him for sure. You know, keep those defense values so some little 50-point figure can't come up and smack him around. But, so there's, you see 2 damage with close combat with 11 attack, which is pretty nice. Then exploit weakness 10, and then there's that 8 with quake. He has super strength on every click, but the last 2, he's got a lot of nice powers. The only thing I don't like about him is that whenever he has exploit weakness, you can't do anything. Well, you can't charge. So hopefully by then you're already in there at least. So, you know, just move in with that 3 move charge and smack him for 3, and hopefully they don't hit you. So you just keep pushing him and pushing him. And he has a lot of damage potential, guys. With 5 damage, and then he goes to exploit weakness with 4 damage. He just has a big damage potential. I realized how good 2 of these figs were. See? That's why I love this. But that Unstoppable feat, it just requires, and with his low movement values, you're definitely going to need it. It's only 5 points. Let me double check that. But it's only 5 points. And if you have super strength, you completely ignore hindering terrain for movement purposes, and once per action, whenever they're moving, you can make a free attack on blocking or hindering terrain, and if you succeed, you can keep moving. It doesn't matter that you just made it hindering terrain because of the same feat that let you destroy the wall. You completely ignore it. So, a nice set of figs. I did this review because of Superhero Squad. They have the Wrecking Crew on there regularly on Cartoon Network, and they just make them really weak looking, and I wanted you guys to know what I know about how powerful these guys really are. You know, they're enemies of Thor, so they can't be too much of a pushover. But there you go, there you have it. Some nice figs, nice characters. I really like the characters, really like the figs. Have to play them a little bit more if they weren't 623 points. So, there you go. Have fun and play on, guys.